What's up, guys? Wanted to do an update video on the new Super Duty. So I wrapped it actually green. Not everyone's color. That's cool. Not everyone's paying for it, so that's cool. It's actually considered a vintage race green, and it's bright out today, so it makes it look a lot brighter than it actually is. It's actually fairly on the darker side. But if you remember old Jaguars, Mercedes that were in like the race circuit, all of that, it's the exact same green as that. It's by Inozetek and it's called Vintage Race Green. It's a high gloss, not right now because it snowed and rained, so it's got some crap all over it. Then I had ceramic coated after. But I think it's super dope. So kind of walk our way front to back. First things first, suspension, or tires rather. They're 37-inch Falken Wild Peaks, and then 20-inch fuel wheels with a 20x9 with a 5-inch backspace. If you're curious how much it sticks out, the wheels turned a little bit. You can kind of see on the rear. They just stick out to make it look like you have an aftermarket. It's perfect. It fits everything I need. 37s with the leveling kit, no rubbing, except every once in a while I'll touch randomly. On this part right here, I just haven't taken the time to trim it. Carli leveling kit, Fox shocks, Carli sway bar, which is single-handedly the biggest upgrade, honestly. Fox ATS stabilizer that I made a bracket so you could actually see it instead of being tucked up under there, because why would I pay that much and not see it? Radius arm drop brackets. And the reason I like the Carli ones is because they have the 2 bolts up top there and there, and then they have another bolt right there. A lot of the 2-bolt ones shift back and forth, so that 3rd bolt is a huge amount of strength and it helps it from wanting to rock back and forth. They're progressive rear leaf springs, Fox 2.0 shocks in the rear, a roll-up soft tonneau cover. Kind of give you an idea of the overall stance. I did a lot of bronze painting, so the back plaque used to be platinum or chrome, saying platinum. So I had it done in bronze and black to match the wheels. And then I also did the door plaque. I figured that would help with the green, get rid of the chrome. I'm not gonna touch the chrome there. I'm not gonna touch the chrome there. That's too much of a bitch to pull off. It's not worth it. And then the one down there, I get too many rock chips already on it, so I'm not going to paint it to get 1,000 more rock chips. Interior, you know, it's just a black platinum, and it's a 22, so it has the larger head unit and such. I just did one of those phone mounts that go right there. It's from the older Super Duties and F350s, but still fits. Sound system is completely upgraded, so I have some diamond 3 or 3.5-inch speakers on some plastic mounts that go there, focal tweeters. Then I have focal 6x9 down there, tweeter for it right there, a JL 3-inch for the center, and what that does is just give a lot better sound directly at you, and they're angled towards you. My single biggest complaint when driving this truck was when the windows were down, my volume was at 30 max and I could still have a conversation with someone. So I just needed more volume overall. So when you add more mids coming at you, it helps a lot. Again, focals, focal, then focal 6.5s in the back. And then my amps and such. So I got the Alpine PDX V9, so it's a 5-channel. I have a subwoofer behind here, and it's actually in a box that I made for the Gladiator. Just a 10-inch Alpine, and it just happened to fit. I was going to remake it when I had more time and everything, but it works for right now, and it fits behind that seat, which is fantastic. So this is aluminum mounts that I made. Originally, I had the factory amp here, the Alpine here, and then an LC7i digital sound processor over here. But the problem with that one in these systems is if you keep the factory amp, it actually cuts out half the lows. So you're actually losing a lot of bass, a lot. And it does that to protect its speakers and such and try to keep it tuned as it thinks it should be. So when you do that and you're running a subwoofer, you're not getting like below 60 hertz. And it's just, you lose all of that. So it was really shitty. And then 2, The factory amp is built in with the protector, so if for some reason it feels like something's sending too much power, usually the sub, it'll cut the power to the sub. So I'll be, sitting there listening to a song, all of a sudden it feels like all the bass just disappears, and then it'll come back and then it'll disappear. That was actually the factory amp freaking out. So I got rid of that setup and went with the Zen Audio, which replaces the amp entirely. This is actually the input directly from the head unit. That's what they use now, is like a Cat 5 style. Runs directly into here. The power that will run, the outputs will run to the amp. The amp then runs into a little harness that I have that connects to the factory harness that runs to all the speakers. So I didn't have to do anything out there if I didn't want to. I just replaced everything right here. And then I just put it on an aluminum piece and gave it some swirl to look nice. And it all just fits perfectly behind the seat. You would never know it's there. And it sounds fantastic. But yeah, so that's my new 22 Super Duty 350. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, comment it down below. Any of the parts that I got ordered through my shop. It's Core Off-Road. If you have any questions, message them. You want to get parts on order, message there. All right, guys, see you next video.